AM 1430 WEEF, Highland Park, Northbrook, Chicago.
Good morning. Hi. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Elens. Welcome to our show. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Tim. Good morning. And who do we have with us today? We have a young visitor. Come stick your face on this camera as long as you got my face on the camera. Come on over here between Tim and I. This is our good friend, Chuck. Say hi, Chuck.
Hey. Chuck's filming
I
us today.
said hi, not hey.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. He doesn't follow orders real well, but we'll train him. We'll train him.
Nervous here.
That's all right. Had to get him involved. Thanks a lot
Thanks
for
for
coming
coming,
in
Chuck.
today. Appreciate it.
Chuck's going to do our camera work today.
There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Very nice.
We should have gotten a little bro hug
Very
in there,
nice.
too, but we'll get that after the show.
I don't want to stand up. I'm too tired. Good morning, everybody. Sunday after Easter. Couple things.
Deb, are you out there? Deb, are you calling today?
Where's Deb?
Go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry. It was a great Easter program. I'm sorry.
Do you have her number? We can call
No,
her.
we could.
No, I don't want to. No, okay. That was a good Easter program.
It
was
was.
really good, and we didn't send her gifts though. So we'll have to.
We'll have to figure.
I don't
that
have her
out.
address, but maybe you could get it.
Deb, call in. Leave your address.
412-1430-847. Anyway, okay, a couple things we got to get out of the way. Today is the fundraiser for Jeffrey, which is at Belvedere Banquets at 1170 West Devon in Elk Grove Village, 847-534-0600. If you can make it, please do. Please come. We're still going to be raising money for Jeffrey and his family. We talked about it last week. The website is... Don't have the website, sorry.
Yeah, but folks, you got to come out and do this. I mean, even if you spend $5, $10, $2, enough people come out at all, it all adds up, and it is for a really wonderful cause. There's a lot of things out there that people get themselves into trouble, and they need to take personal responsibility for. This happens to be one of those things that just happened, and he seems like, by all accounts, he's a really good kid, and any comfort we can bring him and his family would be well appreciated.
Yeah, this is a real good cause to get involved in. So this week, what are we talking about? I got to mention one thing. 20 states now are up on the health care bill. Everybody knows that I'm into this health care thing, and there have been 20 states now that have filed a complaint in federal district court, and we're not going to talk about it too long. But the only thing that I want to say is I understand if they get 34 states, they can ask for a constitutional convention and change the Constitution. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I don't. Sure. If they got 34 states, what would they look to change?
Well, I think if they have 34 states, they could actually have a vote to make a constitutional amendment. I guess. Well, obviously, it would be about this health care bill, but if they can get 34 states together, they would be able to sit down and override what Congress and the executive and the judicial branch did. I'm not really, maybe we should research this, so we should talk about this.
Or if anybody out there is familiar with it, that we'd love to be educated as well. We don't claim to know everything, but we claim to have an opinion about everything. So, or at least I do.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Me too. But I think it's interesting. So, let's watch that. That's something that's been on all the time, and everybody knows I have a heart to the healthcare issue. But let's keep an eye on that, because once they get up to 30, I think there's going to be some serious debate whether or not they're going to have it. I watched the Attorney General from South Carolina, and he said that they would have a convention somewhere. Each state would send delegate or delegates, and then they could actually change the Constitution. I don't remember the last amendment to the Constitution. I think there was something in 92 or 93 where they had it. Hopefully you brought my Constitution.
Yeah,
Did you bring my Constitution?
it's in the car.
Oh, of course.
It's in the car. But I do have it all.
Don't let him leave without giving me my constitutional book. He's like a pack rat. He takes things. Okay. So where are we? I think what we were going to talk about today is this value-added tax, which I remember hearing about this before, and I was watching the one of the shows, and the guy from the CBO was on, and the CBO guy said, the chairman of the CBO said, basically, we are in trouble. We have some issues here. Our debt is unsustainable, and what are we going to do? And this is it. And then all of a sudden, this value-added tax came out, and I didn't really know what it was. I don't really look at the tax breakouts, but from my understanding from my research is that they're pretty much the federal government could put a sales tax on virtually everything. And I'm reading that it could be as high as 10% for things. So you could buy a laptop computer, actually 20%, and you could pay $500 and it would be $600 instead of that. And that's what I had heard. And I was just wondering, what do you think about that?
I've been an advocate of wanting a value-added tax.
Really?
Yeah, a consumption tax.
I never knew that about you.
I have always wanted one. And here's my take on it. Now, let me tell you what that's in conjunction with. That's getting rid of income tax.
Oh, you're talking
I'm
about
talking
flat
about,
tax.
I'm talking about a
That's
flat
different.
tax. It's the same thing. Everything that you buy, there's a tax attached to it. It's the same thing.
But
Getting
there's
rid of
now.
income
we
tax.
have that now. We have in Cook County. Have
Yeah, well, I'm saying that's
2.5.
on the local level. There's a federal sales tax, which is really what value-added tax. I love the way they hide that, though. It's value-added. Yes,
Well,
you're
that's
getting
what they
something
call it
more.
in
Yeah, but
Europe.
it's cock-a-bull is what it is. But I've always been an advocate of that because I believe there's a lot of money here in this country that is not taxed, meaning there's a lot of people who work under the table. There's a lot of people who are here illegally. There's a lot of illegal activities such as drug dealers and things like that. And if you have like a value-added tax but get rid of the income tax, you're all of a sudden going to be taxing all this money that's not getting taxed right now. So I'm all for it, but it's not it's not in addition to how we're already getting taxed to death already. It would be one or the
we're on
other.
different pages, though. I think this is in addition to income tax.
I know. I do know that, but I'm saying that I've always been an advocate of this, but you have to get rid of the income tax too. To just add another 10% on, that's like saying when someone stands up and says, "I will not raise taxes." It's such a broad statement, and people go, "Oh, my income tax didn't go up," but then they don't realize that they're paying more for they're paying more for soda pop. There's sugar taxes, sin taxes, all that. They raise taxes on everyone constantly. They just sort of mask it to the masses.
Well, my comment.
Well, is that where you thought I was going with that, or you thought I was going somewhere deeper and more sinister?
I think you're going deeper and more sinister.
No.
You're setting the stage.
No.
Yes, you are. Yeah, I know what you're going.
No, but
You're going to go to the $250,000, and nobody $250,000 wouldn't.
No, that's really no. Well, you know how I feel about that. That's no question.
You lie to men, you don't lie to me.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about that person out there who's making $40,000, and here's we will not raise your taxes, and when they get their paycheck, they don't see a change. But when they go to the store, they see it.
That's exactly where you're going. I know where you're going.
But is that not pulling the wool over people's eyes when they say that, or not?
In here you're going to go.
I think it is.
How does he tie this in?
Go ahead.
You could always tie things in. Like Sam Kinison, I can tie stuff in. What do you think about the post office going to a 5-day work week?
Go to the 3-day week. Save the taxpayer money.
Here's the point I have. And it's the same thing with the tax. If you're running things efficiently, you shouldn't have to be doing this stuff. That's how I'm tying it in. You're going, where was he going with?
Well, no, that goes back to I think our very first show where I told you I really love unicorns. The government running something efficiently is about as likely as us finding a unicorn in the parking lot.
See, I'm all for the 5-day thing, but if you're going to run things efficiently, and I'm all for putting a tax on people of a 1% or a small tax, if you're going to run things efficiently. I think you should take the sponge and you should wring the sponge.
Isn't there a saying that "if" is the single biggest word in the English language?
That's why we're here talking about this. 847-412-1430.
And not to digress, but then I guess that gets to the point of, do people have confidence in the government in general to run things efficiently?
I'm trying to think here. Now,
You're trying to think of one program that works.
I'm very pro-Medicare.